A new 3D printing workstation that'll allow you to print from anywhere. Well, kind of. I've got it all for you in today's video, and it's coming up next. All right, what's up everyone? Back at it again. It is DW Darkwing Dad. I want to thank you for stopping by and checking out today's video. If it's your first time here, before you leave, make sure to click that subscribe button. Come back and see me, as I've got a long list of videos on deck in the 3D printing realm for 2025. But in today's video, I am going to be showing you a new 3D printing workstation that is going to help safeguard your printer, safeguard your prints, improve your prints, and hopefully make life a little bit easier for you. So today I'm going to be showing you a high-end 3D printing cabinet from a company called Crafit. They specialize in all kinds of different workstations for various arts, crafts, and hobbies, and they've now brought their game to the 3D printing world. This is an awesome 3D printing workstation that gives you some really cool features and really will help enhance your whole experience when you're 3D printing. Without giving away too many spoilers, we got to get this guy cracked open, give you a sneak peek, get it all set up, and see just how well it works. So without any further ado, let's get into the setup. All right, so making my way out. We're in the studio garage, whatever you want to call it. But this is the room that I am going to set up the Crafit 3D printing workstation. This thing is awesome, and it will give me the ability to, print in this room that has, higher humidity and might not temperature-wise be the best, but this is going to make it applicable. Hoping somewhere in a corner, I'm able to move some things around and have kind of like a workstation for this to be really, really cool. Super excited. So let's get this thing cracked open and get it built and see how it looks. So this is what we're looking at here. Yeah, I'm gonna get all this unpacked because I haven't looked at the instructions as far as like assembling this and everything. I'm gonna get everything unpacked here. Just kind of get a visual, make sure nothing's damaged, and we'll start putting it together. All right, finally got it unpacked. Everything arrived in really good condition. All the glass you can see here doesn't have any gouges or any scratches. I kind of placed everything out as best I could. These are all the holders for the filament rolls, for your spools. There's all the hardware, the screws, nuts and bolts and all that. Or little vanity windows, the exhaust tube. We got power here, we got power over there. So this does have to be plugged into a power source, which luckily I will have out here. All set up and assembled. I may do some commentary. And then it's gonna be kind of like putting a big TV stand together. I'm gonna turn the AC on because I'm probably gonna start sweating. Get the rest is cleaned up. I'm gonna give you some tips and tricks if I have them. Once we got it all set up, we'll see how this bad boy works. So we are moving along here. One thing per the instructions, spool holders, and there's an option. You can either put them all up here like this, or there are pre-drilled guider holes, and if you want them hanging down so the spool is kind of already there, you can have it hanging down right here. And I didn't do that just because my printer that I'm putting in here already has the spool holder on top. Now I may end up taking these out and just using this for storage, but it's coming along pretty good. Everything lines up really good. It's pretty solid. I've been doing this by myself. You really don't need an extra hand. You're looking at maybe about an hour total installation time, assemble time, I should say. So not too bad. So I'm gonna kind of get this wrapped up and get this puppy fired up and see how she looks. All right, well here we have it. Final assembly of the Crafit 3D printing cabinet. The instructions are very thorough and very straightforward. I did change things up a little bit on the interior here, as it does come with these wire management clips. I moved it over a little bit to go along here, and then I actually cut my piece here, and I actually added some split loom just to better hide the wires. You can kind of see, yeah, there was like red and black wires, and I just like keeping, wires nice and concealed and looking neat and nice. So I did add those on, and you can get split loom from like basically any place, Walmart, AutoZone, even on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description in case anybody wants to pick some up. And it does give you the additional plugs there to plug your 3D printer in. It has the exhaust system on here. So it does need power, so you can see it's plugged in here. What we do here is you just turn the unit on, and you can see what it's going to do is give you a hydrometer and let you know the amount of humidity you have in the cabinet along with the ambient temperature. So you can go ahead and turn the fan on, and then the light, and you can see it's very bright. But you can see we've got a light right here, and there's also lights behind the fan. So very cool. Very sturdy piece here. It does have the adjustable foot pieces here. So, you know, if you want to get it level or anything like that, you can go ahead and adjust it. Up here, I'm really not sure if I'm going to use these. I might end up taking these down. I really don't see me running filament through here. You know, what I probably will do is take these off and just use this as additional storage. I may even print a holder, like a tool holder for my scrapers, my clippers, things like that. So that's just kind of a quick look at the cabinet. But what I'm gonna do now is grab my Creality printer and get it moved in here and show you how it looks in the cabinet, and then do a test print and see how it fares. So my original plan was to put my Creality Ender S1 Plus in here, but a 300 by 300 bed is way too big. This is a smaller build plate here, 220 by 220, and that's pretty much what I'm looking at here is what these cabinets are going to hold. Now, if you had something where the LCD is on the front, you could easily do, you know, a 235 by 235. You may be able to get into doing one of the old CR10 minis in here. Just a lot of these printers are 220s kind of the standard. The height is no issue. The filament should fit right on there. Again, this is the kind of printer where I could eliminate this and actually get into one of those racks right there. So maybe if this is the printer that's going to stay in here, I may end up doing that. Quick shot, you can see that the fan definitely does help with keep the humidity lower. You can see with the fan off, it's already bumped up a little bit. So I'm gonna kick the fan back on. Another thing too, when you are getting your printer in here, make sure you have enough room for your USB. Again, if this was in the front, would not be an issue at all. But like a real nice thing is, you know, I've got one of my rabbits out here. She used to be in the Marvel room where I printed, and I quickly noticed that there was all kinds of hair getting on the Z rails and things like that. You don't have to worry about any of that with a cabinet like this. It's going to give you storage down here. In my case, it's going to give me, you know, more storage up there. My Marvel room, I just have boxes and boxes of filament all over the place. So it will be nice having this in a nice contained area where I know that it's safe. It's not getting damaged or binded with dust, debris, things like that. The print will be safe. We're gonna print this guy at, I'm gonna test it out at about 300 millimeters per second and see just how stable it prints and everything. I'll leave it in this position for now. I'm gonna go slice a file real quick. We'll see how it holds up while it's printing. Quick update on the cabinet here and the stability of it. So right now we are about 12% into the print, and it's holding pretty good. Printing at about 250 to 300 millimeters per second. Here you can see a little bit of flex in the plexiglass, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the whole printer's moving. It's pretty stable. Holding it here, I mean, there's a slight wiggle, but understand that these printers here, they do have, you know, shock absorbers and things like that. It's nothing that is going to be detrimental to the printer. There's actually a lot more room than what I thought. So this is back all the way to where it's not putting any stress on that cable. And when it moves all the way forward, we still do have a little bit of space. So far, it looks like it's turning out pretty good. The chamber does have a little bit of heat to it, and what's funny is because it's containing this heat, it's also lowering the temperature. the humidity. So here we've got 80 degrees and the relative humidity was 54 in here when we started. And now we're down to 42. Have a printer that is Wi-Fi ready. You won't even need that USB stick, which this one is. I always use the USB. So if you are pressed for space and you have something that is Wi-Fi enabled, you can just print right from, this would be Creality Cloud or Orca Slicer, whatever you're using. You could upload that, get that logged in and just print right from your computer without the need of that. So it seems like this cabinet here is holding up just fine with these print speeds so far. So we'll let this guy finish up and take a look when she's all set. As the print continued on successfully, I noticed the internal chamber of the cabinet maintained a steady and safe temperature, but also continued to keep the humidity stable and actually lowered it, which is really great. This will definitely help if you plan on putting your printer in a garage or higher humidity setup. Fitment is no issue, and you can get a better view of just how good the printer fits in this cabinet when fully extended. The print completed with no layer shifts or impurities, so if you plan on putting a clipper-based printer in here, this cabinet is sound and sturdy enough to hold up to those high speeds and vibrations. A great end result, and in my opinion, a must-have for any 3D printing enthusiast. Now that we've seen the Crafit 3D printing cabinet in action, let me give you my final thoughts and wrap this video up. All right, guys, well, there you have it. There is a look at the Crafit 3D printing cabinet. From beginning to end, really awesome experience. The way the unit was packaged, it came with absolutely no damage. The assembly, very straightforward, very easy. My overall thoughts on this printing cabinet is it's pretty awesome. My original direction wasn't to put a clipper-based printer in there, but I'm really glad I did because it definitely held up to the test. Printing between 250, 300 millimeters per second, that printer was still moving pretty good, and the cabinet was nice and sturdy. The prints came out absolutely awesome. Did a couple other prints just to test it, really pushing the limits. And it worked out really good. Obviously the additional storage is really nice. The top part, I ended up changing things up a little bit. And, those spools just weren't for me, but that's kind of the cool thing with this is you can kind of, switch things up and change it up to your liking. But everything that it gives you as far as the storage, the filament racks on top, the ability to completely safeguard your printer. Garage, the studio, there's a lot of dust, there's a lot of dander. This cabinet completely will keep your printer safe. That cabinet style, it's increasing the temperature, so it is kind of keeping the filament dry in a sense, but it's also making sure that the printer doesn't overheat. The LED lights in there just give you a full better view. And so if you don't have a printer with a light on it, this cabinet's gonna give it to you. And I guess kind of keep everything in an orderly fashion. Everything is more centrally located. It's not scattered all over the place, so it's also gonna keep you out of the doghouse, not having your filament randomly throughout the whole house. Keeps everything nice and neat and tidy right at your disposal. Obviously, it's built for smaller printers. Down the road, you may see them build other cabinets for larger printers. That will definitely be pretty awesome, but it's kind of transformed the experience that I had with my CR10 SE, and it has allowed me to, I guess, kind of expand my 3D printing farm a little bit. I was pressed for space in the Marvel room. I hated leaving my one printer on the floor. I was able to get this cabinet set up, find a home for it in my work studio, put that printer in there, and so far it has been absolutely awesome. If you're looking to safeguard your printer or maybe put your printer in an area, maybe the elements and the atmosphere isn't so great, this cabinet is going to protect your printer, give you great prints, and give you an awesome experience as well. I'd like to thank Crafit for giving me the opportunity to test this cabinet and see just how great it works. Make sure to check out the affiliate links in the description if you are interested in one of these. Crafit does make a wide variety of other workstations and other arts and crafts hobbies, so make sure to click the link, check out Crafit, and if you do pick up one of these, don't forget to tell them DW sent you. I want to thank you guys for stopping by and checking out today's video. If you liked it, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Questions, comments, concerns, or you just want to say what's up, go ahead and drop me a comment. I'll hit you back. And if you are a big fan of 3D printing, cosplay, DIY builds, tutorials, comparison videos, showcase videos, all the things we're doing on the channel, go ahead and click the subscribe button. Well, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Make sure to check out Crafit and all they have to offer in the hobby, arts, and crafts world. Diligently making new options for all different sorts of crafts and hobbies out there. So don't forget to check them out and show them some love. That's it for now, guys. I gotta get moving on to my next video. Make sure to give me a thumbs up, drop me a comment, and click the subscribe button. Until next time, it's DW out. Later.